Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to make this quick video about the script logos on the back of, on the engine lid. The early 912s and 911s had a two-piece logo. Even to this day, and I believe in starting sometime in 66 and 67, they went to individual letters. So if you see a Porsche on the street today, it'll have usually individual letters, but back then they had this two-piece and they were connected with this little strip. I just purchased this one on the bottom, and maybe on one of my earlier videos I mentioned that this came with the car. It was gold, and that just with a little buffing with like a light abrasive, basically, I was able to take off that gold, whatever that layer was, the coating, and underneath it looked a little more silver. And that was fine for the time. But then it started corroding. I noticed the corrosion on it. It's kind of hard to see. Hopefully this focuses. But there's corrosion happening on this piece. And it was kind of depositing like a little whitish corrosion. I thought it was maybe aluminum or something. But either way, and I figured I'd clean it up. And then I was like, you know what? I might as well buy it, try and see if I can find an original. When I first got the car over a year ago, you could not find a reproduction in silver, only the reproduction in gold. I think the date of making this video, there are on Stoddard, I think it was actually the gold reproduction two-piece ones. I assume they're reproduction, and that's kind of the point of this video. So I want to talk about the differences between this one I just bought, which was claimed to be original from a German seller. This came from Germany, versus what I had on the car and what you might have on the car too. This looks like the Stoddard piece too, though unfortunately I'm not going to buy the Stoddard one just to prove a point. So, but either way, if it's not immediately obvious, I think the main difference you can see is that these reproductions are more rounded. The actual edges of them are kind of filleted or just, I don't know, they're just more round. What I think is the original, at least what it's claimed to be original, is these are much more angular. The sides are square. You can kind of see a casting mark on the top here. I'm not sure if that's coming through with it focusing, where you can see it was kind of ground or a flat side of when this was cast. However, this was made. It's kind of on the bottom too. Hopefully that's coming through. But it's in general, just immediately seeing the two, you can see they're different. The E is a pretty good one too, because there's a lot of vertical lines here. You see how rounded that is versus how square and angular that is. So if you have an original car that's 65, 66, has the split, and you know it's original, I'd be curious what your logo looks like if you have one of these. One thing I also wanted to mention that makes me believe that this is the original, because I had to go online and see if people had close-up photos of the logos. It's actually kind of hard to find. Going through the forums, I saw someone selling just a half of this with the S broken off. It's very thin here, so that kind of follows that this S would break. And it is angular like this, and it has the details that this one does. But likewise, I've seen people say, oh, look how nice my car is. It's original, and the logo is more rounded. And it's silver. So I'm not really sure. I don't know enough now to make a claim that this is original, but one final thing I did check is the magnetism. This is slightly magnetic. This is a very small magnet, but it'll get picked up. This logo is definitely not magnetic. The new one I just purchased, it feels like it's aluminum or I'm not sure what the metal is. But it feels like, and this is the key point, it feels like the script logo I have on the back of the 912. So again, 65, 66 is sometime after 66, they moved from the cursive 912 logo, which I'll show on the car, but they moved that to a more angular, following this look 912 logo, which I actually kind of like, but the script logo looks kind of more 60s to me. So either way, the important part of that is that script logo also has these little indentions, or whatever you want to call this connecting point between the letters has this surface texture to it that's kind of like, granular sand. I guess it's like a dirt texture. Either way, hopefully that's coming through. That casting here looks almost identical to the 912 script logo, the actual cursive logo that says 912. If you look at this casting, this logo, yeah, it's there, but it's pretty rough, or I should say it's not rough. It's pretty smooth. It doesn't look as granular as this. It doesn't look as high quality. The fidelity is off. So those two, the fact that this has some kind of magnetism to it, it's corroding, and it doesn't really look the same quality as this one. It's certainly heavier, probably because it has iron in it, but it doesn't look like this one. Leads me to believe that if you are looking for originality, hopefully that I'm correct, but I think the original logo is more square like this. That you're looking for a higher quality part. You want to find one that is more angular like that. So tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'd like to learn more. I didn't expect to see that difference because this kind of difference does not show well in in photos online. They very much look the same, and hopefully the video you can see that. But let me know. Maybe that new Stoddard part does look like this when you get it, but I don't know. Your mileage may vary. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Till next time.